from Los Angeles, California, with the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Maybe.
It's playing, believe it or not. Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has shredded his pants and underwear and is now jacking off to drawings of April O'Neil's wet melons. That's Geoff Clark.
Yeah, that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reporter, right?
Keen
The
eye
look
there,
of
Geoff.
confusion on your face when he said that was very heartbreaking to me.
All right, guess where this one comes from, Geoff? And beaming to us from the New York sewers, searching for teenage ooze, the bearded booger-eating turtle known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brat, brat.
I was
Shout
so
out.
on the nose.
Shout out to Ginger and Juice for that one.
I forgot that we had that to talk about. It feels like forever since I've seen that film, but
Yeah, a little bit late this week, but Geoff had to hop on a private jet and go gallivant among the Richies in upstate New York.
the Galoopies. The Galoopies. I don't know how you could forget that.
The Galoopy Empire.
Pretty much one and the same. Yeah. Went upstate, Saratoga. It was turned into a bit of a family trip. My mom's birthday was, I think, Thursday, right? It'd be Thursday, August 3rd. So
Wow, happy
me,
birthday,
my
Mama
brothers.
Clark.
Yeah, me, my brothers, and my brother's girlfriend went up there. And it all coincided with me going to a wedding for my friend, one of the Gloopies, like you said. So it was nice. It was nice to get home, even though I don't really have any roots there, so it's tough to call it my home. But
You sound thrashed right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking sick. I feel like getting sick is almost like I don't know. It's just pretty much like a fucking usual thing for me whenever I travel. It sucks. I don't know. I feel like every time I fucking get on a plane, I'm gonna end up getting sick.
That's kind of like what happened to my mom. She every time she flies, she feels like shit. And when they started like making everybody wear masks on the plane, that was like the first time she traveled without ever feeling like shit. So she was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, people can make fun of me, they can point and laugh. Like, I'm just gonna keep wearing masks when I fly because I feel fucking great when I land, and I usually feel like a piece of shit.
So she still wears masks on a plane?
I mean, she said that a while ago, so I don't even know when the last time she was on a plane, but she's coming out here next month, like right before the movie starts shooting, which is also kind of a bummer because I'm going to have, like, that's like an insanely busy week, like the days leading up to when we start shooting. I'm going to be pulled in about 5,000 different directions, but I don't know. Either way. So do you think you have coronavirus, Geoff?
Yes, I pretty much do. Like I do.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the person that would be most pissed off about hearing this doesn't listen to our podcast. AKA one of the Gloopies. But yeah, I found out today that my brother's girlfriend tested positive for COVID. And she works in the government, and my whole family, well, both my brothers and me all feel like shit. So go ahead and chalk that up as a yes to the COVID test.
Could not all be making out with the same girl.
Or brother, so.
I understand you Clark boys are close, but that's a little bit.
I'm declaring prima Clarkta. You have to French me now.
Prima Clarkta. I might use that, actually. That was solid.
Actually, could I drive down to Long Beach and have you just like spit in my face? Because I would much rather get COVID now than get it like right when I'm about to start the movie and then have things get fucking delayed because of me.
Have to direct via Zoom.
You have the Clark brothers mouth bukkake you. That's my target practice with Kevin.
Wait, can you get COVID through jizz?
But yeah, up in Saratoga for the week. It was pretty sick. Got there late Wednesday night. My buddy's father picked me up from the airport, and I stayed with him, with them for the first night. Then I stayed with my mother the second night, my brother for the third and fourth night, and then went back to my buddy's house for the fourth and fifth night I was there. Then I left on the sixth day. I believe that all checks out. So I was kind of bouncing around a bunch of different places, passed along COVID to a whole bunch of people. Hopefully I gave it to some of the people at the Saratoga race course, even though that was a profitable endeavor for me, actually. Won some money at the race course, which we'll talk about here in a second.
I hit the trifecta.
But I think the biggest highlight, or maybe low light of my trip is just really just how fucking retarded my mom is. I mean, she is a fucking trip. So she had to work Wednesday when I flew in late Wednesday, so she didn't come down until Thursday. And she told me she was going to pick me up around 3:00. So we can go out and dinner, hang out. And my brothers were going to land later that night. 3:00 turned into 4:30, which turned into 6, which turned into 7:30. And
wait, is this because of your delay or because you were waiting for your mom?
He was already in New York. She was supposed to pick him up at 3 from the Galoopies. Yeah. And it got pushed back 4.5 hours. And he's explaining to us how that happened as we speak.
I don't really know how it happened because she drove up. So, I mean, she had the itinerary the whole time. It's not like she ran into unexpected traffic. She drove up from Virginia. I think she just stopped a bunch of times to, like, I don't know. She brought her, and this is the other thing, she brought her fucking dog with her, which is a puppy, and apparently she couldn't find anyone to dog sit it in Virginia. I actually don't even believe she looked. I don't think she looked. The dog is fucking huge. I think it's a puppy. And
what kind of dog is it?
150 pounds.
Oh!
It's a cane corso. Do you know what a cane corso is?
Yeah.
I do not.
They're like mastiffs.
It sounds like
Ramsey Bolton's dogs.
It sounds like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah,
what's it called again?
Massive.
Cane Flarpsons?
Cane corso.
It's an Italian mastiff.
Whoa. Yeah. That's a big fucking dog.
It's got a stronger bite than a lion, supposedly. And they do a pretty good job taking care of it, I think. I don't know. It's potty trained, I'll say that. But outside of that,
well, that's nice.
The dog is not fucking very well behaved. And they just kind of like roll with the punches with it. And
well, you have to think, like, you know, it'd be like putting a toddler into like an offensive lineman's body. Everything they do would be fucking wrong, and it would just cause a path of destruction behind them. That's what a puppy that size is. They're so doofy. They have no idea what's going on, and they're so big they can't control themselves. Like something that big, they're massive.
Yeah, that sounds nightmare.
They're fucking huge.
Our friend E-Rock and his girlfriend Chelsea, they have French Mastiffs, and they have 2 of them, and they're sweet, but they just can't help but knock stuff over.
Yeah, it's like having a rabid grizzly bear in your house. When I was young, my aunt, my dad's sister, loves gigantic dogs, like Irish wolfhounds. Like they're like horses. And
Growing up, our family dog was an Irish wolfhound mix. He was gigantic.
Yeah, it's like having a horse living inside your house, and they take like the dumps that I would imagine like Guy Fieri takes. Like when I was young, like real young, they lived in this house and they had this dog whose name was Bear, and it was obviously gigantic, and they put like little bars up to keep it in the kitchen one time when they went out, and when they came back, Bear had devoured the kitchen. Like shelves just completely ripped from the wall. Everything was utterly demolished. Destroyed the fucking kitchen. So they had to build a fenced-in area in the backyard and put a doghouse in it, and that's where Bear lived.
Well,
Dusty,
at least that is...
Dusty ate a couch completely. He ate his way out of one of those big like fiberglass dog crates.
Oh.
He ate one of those. Yeah. And he used to take I remember it. The place he used to shit when he would shit in the house was in the bathtub.
Well, that was kind of nice of him.
So, but I remember, and I mean, I was small.
Close.
He died when I was in 5th grade, so I was small most of the time that he was around. But I remember just the size of the shits that were in the bathtub were just absolutely enormous. Like these dogs that I have, these 60-pound dogs whose turds are like, the size of a big chocolate chip cookie, are like, I'm like, this is no big deal. But I remember his just being like massive mountains of poop.
Yeah, it's like an elephant.
Fucking horse shit. Yeah. Well, at least I had a solution for it. This is my mom's like first dog, and I always thought that I wanted big dogs growing up, but I've never had the place for a big dog. And my mom doesn't have the place for a big dog. Her and her boyfriend have a condo in Virginia, which is not big enough for this fucking Cane Corso. This thing needs like acres of land to roam and hunt and murder smaller animals or something. And a couple months back, she was telling me once, she was like his name's Kobe. She's like, Kobe ate some of the wall. It's like what?
Was it load bearing?
Like I thought I don't know. I thought maybe you like kind of chewed on it and you just saw like some teeth marks in the wall. No, this motherfucker ate a hole out of the wall. Like literally. I was fucking stunned when she sent me the picture. So I think my mom, because she's a little lady, kind of it gets off on being seen with this big ass dog like walking with her, and like.
Well, I mean, like in a year or two, she'll be able to ride it to the grocery store.
Oh, in a year, she can ride that fucking thing to the grocery store now. I hung out with her again. I stayed in her place Thursday after she picked me up. Fucking like 3.5 hours late, which was a trip.
What kind of place did she get that she was allowed to bring that fucking dog?
I think it was a Holiday Inn she was staying in.
Holy
and she cleared
shit.
it with them. Yeah, I couldn't believe that either. I couldn't believe the hotel let the dog stay there.
Yeah, did she lie and say it was like a Chihuahua?
No,
so,
I don't know what she said.
Emotional support animal?
I don't know what she said. I don't even necessarily believe that she okayed it with the hotel. I think she just fucking rolled the dice. My mom's kind of a maverick, I'm finding out.
Oh, that's shocking.
Really doesn't clear anyone with clear anything with anyone. But yeah, so the day I was waiting for her to come pick me up, that Thursday, her birthday, which is, a big reason why I never gave her shit for showing up late. I mean, whatever, it's your birthday. And I was hanging out with friends, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But the Galoopies were having their soon-to-be in-laws, I think, over. And I don't know, just guests come over and they have like catered dinner, and they like serve dinner at like 4:30. Like, Geoff, do you want to eat? It's like, no, my mom's, was supposed to be here an hour ago. And then like a few hours later, like they fucking finished dessert and they're like, why didn't you eat? I was like, my mom will be here, I think.
I swear she's coming.
You weren't getting updates from her? Like she wasn't giving you updates?
She did. She did. But every time they asked, they would be like, yeah, another hour later. So, anyways, when she picked me up, we went out to dinner at this local spot, which I think it's a restaurant that's changed names like 50 times. It's been in the same location in Clifton Park where I grew up, and I think Puminati's like cousin or something was a live performer at one of the restaurants that was there.
What gave you that impression?
A random thing. Because he told me on Facebook years ago, like, hey, if you're ever in town or whatever, go check out my cousin playing at that restaurant. The food's really good. And the food at all the restaurants that I've ever been there is actually really good. But anyway, so we went out to dinner. We come back, chill in her. We actually decided to pick up pizza and wings after we ate dinner for my brothers when they landed, and my brother's girlfriend, because they spent the whole day traveling. They weren't going to be able to eat anything, and it was going to be super late. So we picked up some pizza and wings and just heated it up at in the hotel room. But the next day, I was before we went to the track and out to dinner with the family, which I'll talk about here. It's pretty much a fucking Griswold's family dinner, but me and my mom went out to smoke a blunt out in the fucking parking lot, and I was like walking the dog down the stairs, and if I wasn't like really like holding on for dear life, like bracing myself, this dog would have just dragged me down the fucking stairs. I have no idea how my mom keeps control of this thing. Like, this fucking thing is going to be the end of my mom, this cane Corso.
Why didn't your mom's boyfriend, who lives with her, watch the dog while she was...
He came.
Oh, okay, because you just keep saying my mom. I thought that he didn't come, which that would have been really shitty.
No, he was...
And he's like, I'm not watching the dog this weekend.
No, he was there.
Okay, all right.
and Kevin's actually met him before. He went out to Korean barbecue with us.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like that dude.
Oh yeah, Johnny's the man. Much cooler than my mom, actually. And so the night before, they feed this dog like whole slices of pizza. Like, the fucking dog doesn't even eat dog food. They just like give it human food, which not good, right?
Yeah. The dumps that dog takes in the house are not good.
Supposedly they have them well potty trained, but yeah, that thing is ripping some monster shits, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, when that thing farts, it probably sounds like somebody practicing the tuba or something.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's a giant farting asshole.
And he's just so big, and like Shuddy said, he made like the perfect analogy. It's pretty much like a toddler in an offensive lineman's body. So like they have like big bones for him to play with and like stuff treats in it, so it kind of keeps him preoccupied. But the little fucker, instead of like trying to chew through the bone, will just like smack the bone against the ground, so the food will come out. But we're on the second floor of this hotel, and it's like fucking 1 a.m. and this thing's trying to like smack the pizza out of the bone. And we're like, hey, Mom, I give him to stop doing this. There's people below us probably trying to sleep. I don't know. It's a trip just how fucking like, I don't know, I don't know if it's new dog owner syndrome or if my mom is just fucking batshit crazy. That's probably what it was. Anyways. The next day, that Friday, we ended up going to the racetrack and before dinner, and we met up with my uncle and his girlfriend, who also came out to dinner. And the track is fucking awesome. I I guess I was spoiled growing up around it. I probably didn't go to the track as much as I should have, even though that sounds ridiculous, but it was fucking sick, and it was cooler than from what I remember. They have so many more like food trucks and like food stands and like different like dining and drinking options there. I probably had like the best meatball Parmesan sub my entire life there. It was
and ham
fucking
sandwich,
incredible.
the jalapeno
You
cheddar
snooty
poop.
fuckers going to the horse track.
It's not that expensive. It was only $10. It was only like $10 tickets, and I remember it being $3 when I was growing up.
I will have one mint julep.
I hit my first race, across the board bet, win place show. That was pretty sick. And I hit the fourth race too. So I ended up pretty much breaking even with, when you count alcohol and food, all the expensive shit that is. But then we went out to dinner at this place that I grew up going to called the Ripe Tomato. It's
the tomato?
The Ripe Tomato. It's like an Italian restaurant, kind of American Italian restaurant. It's fucking awesome. But when I get there, it was supposed to be 10 of us, right? So I'll circle back to that. But when I get there, my grandparents are already there. And I was traveling with my mom, her boyfriend, and we left the dog off. We handed the dog off to my cousin for the day.
You paid to put it in a zoo for a few hours?
No, my mom was able to give the dog to my cousin for Thursday and Friday. I don't know what she did with it Saturday, because actually Saturday she brought it out with her to Lake George. But my cousin Amanda was able to take it Friday and Saturday, and she has a fucking kind of a small place, but has 4 kids, 2 dogs, and a cat. And then you have this big Cane Corso running through too. It's like, oh my God. Like,
sounds like a Steve Martin movie or something.
Yeah, for real. But I didn't have anything to do with that. Anyways, went to dinner, and we were the last to show up. My grandparents have this fucking thing, dude, where they show up to our reservations like a half an hour or an hour early. We'll get there and they'll just be like sitting on the bench outside the fucking restaurant, just like smiling. I don't know. And be like, hey, Grandma, how long you been here? Like, oh, we got here like 45 minutes ago. It's like, why?
Old people like sitting on late. Old people like sitting on benches.
It's fucking ridiculous. So I don't even know when they got there. I'm assuming they got there at least a half an hour early, but I go hug my grandfather, who's like at the corner of the table. And my grandfather is like, hey, who's that black guy? My grandfather has like some pretty decent dementia going on, right? I was just like, that's your daughter's boyfriend. He's like, oh, that's okay. But yeah, he's good people, Grandpa. It's okay.
Yeah, it's 2023. That is okay.
The guy, I'm telling you, when the guy was like the sweetest man ever too. It was like he has no problem with it. It was like he was telling me. I was like, I'm cool with it. Like, the fuck, Grandpa. And anyway, so my mom, again, it was a reservation for 10 people. We sit down after like 10, 15 minutes. My mom was like, hey, so I might have a couple friends showing up, but we'll just get some chairs and put them at the end of the table. Like, Mom, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, well, I told my friends, Terry and Sue, they should come, I would like to see them. I was like, that's all good and fine, Mom, but like, we've had the reservations locked up for a while now. Like, we knew we were going to do this. Why didn't you just make a fucking 12-person reservation? She's like, well, I don't know. They might not come. They might show up late. Just like, what is happening? There's like a window into my mom's just like crazy fucking logic. And I'm not going to sit there and like investigate or like interrogate her for some logic. There's just no sense that's going to be made out of this. And Cheech of all people, was like fucking livid at my mom at this point, and I can count on like one hand how many times I've seen Cheech mad.
Yeah,
and,
I've never seen Cheech mad.
Yeah, he fucking never gets mad, and because it's just fucking, it's like Looney Tunes. Like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you just make the reservation for 12 people? Like, it's your birthday dinner. If you want your friends, I understand that. Just fucking just make a reservation for 12 people.
Was the place packed?
Like, no, it wasn't.
All right, well, so at least that's that, you got that going for you. So at least you, like, adding 2 more people, like, I don't know, they could maybe pull another table up or some shit.
Yeah, it didn't turn out to be that bad, but the place usually gets packed on the weekends, especially during track season because it's right near the track.
Yeah.
And like, again, I grew up, my mom worked in restaurants, and granted it was mostly Applebee's which didn't take reservations, but still she knows how a fucking reservation works, right? That's why we left it in the first place. So they eventually do show up late because who knows what my fucking mom told them. And this is right as the waiter is about to take our order. And she's like, you guys ready to eat? And they're like walking in. And my mom sees them. I was like, no, let's just wait for them. She's like, no, we can go. Like, Mom, no. We're going to wait for your fucking friends to sit down and they can just order with us. It was a trip. And this is kind of sad, but whatever. I'll just like finish this part of the story. But my fucking grandfather ended up like puking all over himself mid dinner.
Oh my
which
God.
Sucked. Yeah. And like my grandmother had to like fucking like rush him out, and like he's fine.
Right? Yeah, why did he puke?
Alive. I don't know. He just, the food or whatever didn't sit well with him. I don't know. He insisted that it's never happened before, and I was like, yeah, I don't remember that happening, Grandpa.
Is he a loud puker like you? Was he like,
no, not at all. No, not at all. So that was actually a bummer, right? That's not even really that comical, but
I mean, how old is your grandpa?
What's up?
How old is your grandpa?
He's 86.
Nah, I guess that is kind of funny. I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, yeah, this guy he's past his prime, we'll say.
I mean, my grandma today is my grandma's 85th birthday.
Happy birthday, Nana.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Whole family is in Florida right now having a big celebration.
Well, not the whole family, since you're not there.
No, my broke ass couldn't afford it.
Is that what held you back?
Yeah. Yay.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's
a
bummer. Either way. But what else? Oh, so afterwards,
Well, wait, let's go back. I know it's a sore subject, but how much puke came out of your 86-year-old grandpa?
A lot. It sucked.
I know you don't want to talk about this, but give me more details, please.
Yeah, I didn't measure it. A couple liters.
I mean, that's a pretty wild thing, like barfing at the dinner table, especially if it's a voluminous barf. That could be scary.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. But, I mean, I guess he kind of handled it like a G. He didn't, like, panic. He's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, all right, Grandpa.
Did he try to play it off like, oh, all right, time to boot and rally. Who's got a beer?
Not really. He was pretty okay with just getting in the car and going home.
Oh, no, did anybody else have the shrimp scampi?
Maybe that was his fucking escape plan. It was like,
I've had enough.
Yeah. This is weird.
My daughter.
I got to pull the trigger.
My daughter and son are pissing me off. I'm just going to pull the ejection chute. Which, honestly, would have been brilliant.
I mean, was this at the end of dinner? Or during it? Like, were people eating while he's just barfing all over the place?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bad news.
And it got on the table or just all over himself?
No, all over himself. He got up. He puked next to the table. We got him in the bathroom. We puked a little bit in the bathroom, and then we just like walked him out into his car.
And he was like, I swear this never happened?
Well, yeah. I mean, how many times you just like throw up on yourself and in any public situation, especially not drunk.
Yeah.
He wasn't drunk. He wasn't, I think he had like half a beer.
But he bounced back afterwards. He was fine once he got it all out. Because, like, I mean, hopefully it wasn't food poisoning, but you don't bounce back that quick from food poisoning.
You also don't really get food poisoning that quickly either.
Yeah. It could have been from something like at a different meal.
That's true.
It took, when I got food poisoning in Hawaii, when I like barfed all over the wall, that was a matter of hours. Ugh.
Yeah, dude. Man, I don't know. I think he's all right. I guess I should check on him, right? But
I mean, is he like
news, so. Do
you get your sort of like ornery, cranky shit from him? Is he also like, this is a telltale sign that I should go to a doctor? But one time a doctor misdiagnosed my broken clavicle, so I now no longer go to them.
No, my grandfather's not like that at all. He's not ornery. He's actually like the chillest one of our entire family.
Is he on the Clark side?
No, he's on my mom's side. Anyways, after that, me, my brother's girlfriend, Cheech, my other brother, and my uncle and his girlfriend went out in Saratoga for the night. And that was fun. We got after it a little bit. Saratoga, I think, lost its fastball a little bit. Like, it's still pretty crazy. Maybe the rain from the day kind of kept people indoors at night, but and it was still wild, but it wasn't as wild as it was when I was growing up or in my early 20s. But we still partied pretty hard. My brother's girlfriend got pretty shit faced, and my uncle's girlfriend got fucking tanked, and that shit was hilarious. Because he's actually a bit older than my uncle's a bit older than his girlfriend. He's I think 58, and his girlfriend's 40. So,
oh dang, younger than me and Shuddy.
Yeah,
So I mean, obviously, she's an adult, but do you at that age gap, at that age, do you guys think that's inappropriate or age appropriate?
Yeah, is it like,
I don't think it's either.
It's not like baby Billy, but it's not like baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones showing up with that
with Tiffany.
Yeah.
What's the age gap on that?
Bigger than your uncle and his girlfriend.
Let's see, right. Baby Billy and Tiffany age gap.
Well, he's Walton Goggins. Like they dress him up to look way, way older in the show. So he's not playing his own age in that character. God, man, sorry to derail things, but have you guys finished season 3 of Righteous Gemstones?
Not yet. Almost done.
Oh my God. Fucking Hall of Fame level season. God damn it, That show is fucking entertaining. Just the writing on this season had me pissing myself.
It has been a great season.
I mean, just
I will
as a whole, that series is like Hall of Fame worthy as far as I'm concerned. But I'm sorry, you were talking about your relatives getting wasted, Geoff.
Yeah, so...
But did anybody, like, cause a scene?
No one caused a scene. It was all in all, it was a good... it was a solid outing, much better than the dinner, I'll say. But my grandfather, or not my grandfather, excuse me, my uncle is older, so I figured if one of them were going to tap out, it would have been him, right? And she was talking, like, when she first got to Toga, she was talking about, like, her college party days and how she, out of all her friends, she liked to drink beer, and she would shotgun beers and shit. And I was like, all right, cool. Then she brought back a round of shots, and I was down. Like,
do you have a funnel?
I can't really, for sure. Like, I can't really, this is what I kind of learned about myself. I can't really drink here in California that well because I always get like crossfade. I always smoke pot, and it's just like I want to go to sleep, or I just don't have the energy. But like in Saratoga, I was able to fucking punish some alcohol because I'm up all day in the like sweating because I'm walking around the track. I'm eating food. I'm soak up the alcohol and it was throughout the course of a day. But I don't know, like no weed just allows me to fucking drink a lot more alcohol. So yeah, I was good to go.
Weed really will take some life out of your battery. That's for sure. Because, I mean, we were talking about this last week. We were, kind of wondering if you would still be able to hang and rage, but it sounds like you were successful.
Yeah, I was able to rage and hang. Everyone else besides my brother's girlfriend, I think, puked that night, including my uncle or grandfather, who didn't even really drink. So no one in my family can hang.
So Cheech party.
Yeah, Cheech party too. Cheech party too.
Did he barf?
Yeah, the next morning he barfed. It's fucking mess. We're a bunch of pussies, huh?
Man, the fucking Clark family goes to Saratoga and just puts a brutal punishment on the sewer system.
For sure. Anyway, so my uncle brought cigars. He he's a wine salesman and he has a bunch of nice cigars, a bunch of nice wine. So he brought a couple of cigars that we actually never got to smoke, but I was anticipating to be able to smoke before he left. And then I went to the bar to get a couple of drinks to come back. And he's like, hey, man, we're going to get out of here, actually. I was like, oh, Uncle Bill, you pussy. Like, don't leave so early. He's like, no, it's not me. And then I look at her and she's just fucking gone. And she's just like on the table, like tapping the table, like, no, I tap out. I give up. I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. And he's like, see, it wasn't me. Like, I'm not the pussy here. I was like, all right, Uncle Bill.
Wasn't me. Wasn't Baby Billy.
So Saratoga was pretty fun. Again, not as crazy as I remember, but still, it was a good time. We got back to the hotel room and I did some damage on Italian baked goods. So there's a spot where I'm from called Bella Napoli, which is an Italian American bakery, and we used to get like my birthday cakes from there.
I got a cannoli flashlight.
It's fucking epic. And my brother took his girlfriend there and got like a box full of pastries, and she bought like a box of cookies to bring home to her family. And one of the things I told you about this, Kevin. I think I put it in the group chat, maybe not, but I had a peanut butter chocolate cannoli.
You did put that in the group chat.
It's one of the better fucking tasting things I've ever eaten. It was incredible how good it was.
I don't know if people would believe us, but if you peeked into the MSPH group chat, like 90% of it is about food.
Oh yeah.
We just text each other food things. So like, okay, so I'm trying to picture a peanut butter and chocolate cannoli. Is the flavoring on the shell or the cream or both? Where are these?
So I would think. Let me try and tell me if I'm right. So the cannoli cream is going to be peanut butter flavored, and then the cannoli shell is going to have a chocolate coating.
Yeah, and there was chocolate chips on the outside of the peanut butter cream.
Man,
as all cannolis have chocolate chips on the.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I just had.
I guess that could be taken for granted.
I think anti-cannoli Mike just turned it off.
I'm trying to see if they have a picture of it online. I'm not sure if we'll be able to find it in time, but this place is just fucking phenomenal. It's out in Latham, Bella Napoli, and I've been going there as a kid. Anyways, the next day was the wedding, which was.
Were you hungover?
Fucking beautiful. Jeez, we're not even to the wedding yet.
Actually, the wedding is Mostly uneventful.
I mean, how did everybody do with like crazy hangovers and Cheech puking in the morning? Like I went out last night with Stevie B and his nephew for his nephew's 21st, and he's not really like a wild man who was like looking to get fucking wasted. He just wanted to go and like get some nice food and have some drinks. So no one got plastered, but I had 4 or 5 drinks over the course of like 6 or 7 hours. So like not raging in the slightest, and I still have a headache.
Did you smoke pot?
When I got home. I was watching. I put on an episode of Black Lagoon, hit the volcano, and then got crossfaded and like struggled to focus on the episode while everything was spinning, and then passed out. What were you going to say, Shuddy?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that I'm going to get wasted on Sunday, I think.
What's the occasion?
Eagles preseason?
No, the Eagles play Saturday. We're going, Draven and I are going to Philly to see DMC.
I thought he died.
Record store. No. Jam Master Jay is the one that died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where's Reverend Run?
It's just going to be DMC.
Is he signing autographs?
I've been trying to figure that out so I could bring my DMC Funko Pop and my
I'm trying to figure out
DMC action figure. Oh, because the record store that this is at is is a block from Fat Tuesdays, and as you know, I love myself a daiquiri from Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah, 2 hours in, and Shuddy Boy's just got his head under the nozzle, filling it with fucking frozen 151.
But tomorrow's Draven's birthday, so we're turning it into like a birthday outing.
How old is he turning?
25.
Oh, Shuddy.
Did he drink?
Your son's a quarter century?
He does. Yes, to both of those questions.
Terrifying.
So you guys are going to get after it Sunday?
We're going to get after it on Sunday.
Nice. Can't wait to hear about those shenanigans Monday.
Brad is going to be 21 in January.
Good Lord, Shuddy Boy.
I know.
Is he going to be down to go out drinking?
I hope so. I'm eager to take him to South Street for a Fat Tuesday daiquiri.
All right, now here you go. You take the keys. You're the DD. Dad's going to get plastered. Happy birthday to me.
Kevin, where did you go first?
I mean, I'm not going to get that plastered. Like one of those 190 octanes with how little I drink these days fucks me up for a couple of hours. So
I'll bet.
I'll drink one of those and I will be good and enjoy the shit out of the show, and I'll be sober by the time we leave.
There you go.
However, I will probably buy a bunch of records.
Good Lord. What were you going to say, Geoff?
I was going to
Where
ask
did you go?
Yeah, where'd you go for Stevie B's birthday, or his cousin's birthday?
Well, everything we tried to do was closed down for some reason. So the plan was to do barcade, play some video games, drink a little bit pregame, then go to this restaurant Tam O'Shanter. I guess it's like over 100 years old, and Walt Disney and the animators used to go there after work all the time. So it's like a classic LA, century-old spot. So went there. Food was pretty bomb, and then we went to. Oh yeah, so the barcade was closed for a private party, so we had to do a different arcade alcohol bar situation, Button Mash in Silver Lake, which was fucking awesome because they have like those really good. They don't have a ton of arcade cabinets, but the ones they do are just Hall of Famers. Like you got the Ninja Turtle game, you got the X-Men game, and then some classics like Galaga and Tron and Burger Time and Tapper. And then what? Then we went to some place in Glendale that had like darts and ping pong. It was pretty mellow. Nothing crazy.
I forgot where I was at.
Well, you were at the day of the wedding, and apparently, even though everybody barfed, nobody was hungover.
No, they were hungover, but I just powered through. I mean, I had no choice. I was going to a wedding. I was going to see a bunch of high school buddies or hometown buddies, so I was going to party either which way. But I rallied fine. I don't know. Maybe it was the Saratoga atmosphere or not really having weed, even though I was hanging out with my mom, so I was able to wake and bake with her before we went up and hit up some barbecue before I went to the wedding. Actually, real quick, back it up. The ripe tomato, the dinner that I had the night before, I forgot to mention this. Fucking disastrous dinner, right? For the most part. However, I've been going to that restaurant for probably 20, 25 years, and I shit you not, it was the best fucking meal I've ever eaten there. It was incredible, dude. They had a special called a Pollo Sorrento, which is pretty much like a chicken parm turducken. It was chicken parm wrapped in prosciutto with eggplant parm on top of it and covered with mozzarella cheese. It was unreal, dude. It was honestly one of the better things I've ever eaten.
Oh, it had so much prosciutto and mozzarella. Even a dollop of ricotta.
Phenomenal. So I just had to say that. Anyways, the next day.
How big were your turds? Did you have big turds this trip?
I was constipated for a lot of it. That's why I've been punishing my toilet since I returned home late last night.
Yeah, I mean, you were a little late getting on Zoom. You texted us that you were 10 minutes deep into a poop session and still hadn't wrapped.
I took a 15-minute poop session. I started 10 minutes before we were supposed to record, and
sorry,
I was
guys,
5 minutes late.
I'm doing my Lamaze. I'm really trying.
So yeah, the next day I got a little help from my mom with some wake and bake. Then we ended up meeting my brothers at a barbecue spot up by where I grew up, like I don't know, Boston Spa outside of Clifton Park. And then they were going to go to Lake George for the day. And my brother, before he drove up to Lake George, was going to drop me off at my buddy's house where we're going to cruise over to the wedding. So all that went off pretty seamlessly. The barbecue spot is the one that I've been going to for a bunch of years, and I got a fucking garbage plate there. Do you guys know what a garbage plate is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. It's mostly a Western New York thing, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I've never had the pleasure.
What are the specifics again? It's like a big tray of just kind of like sides, like French fries and.
I'll look it up so I don't fuck this up.
As the snack sommelier, you should have this committed to memory, I feel.
Garbage plate.
Yeah, that should be your audition to go on MasterChef for season 14 that just got announced.
Make a garbage plate?
Yeah. Oh, so I have made for you today a Saratoga garbage plate.
It's usually, this one had a barbecue spin to it. So you either order brisket, pulled pork, or sausage links. But the traditional garbage plates, you either get cheeseburger, or hamburger, or Italian sausages. It comes with home fries, baked beans, and macaroni salad, and it's just like put together on one plate and just like thrown together, and you eat it as one thing. It's not like separate things. It's fucking bomb. I think it's originally started in fucking T-Bone land out in Buffalo or Rochester.
It's a cheeseburger, chicken fingers, French fries, potato skins, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, it's like a fat South sub without the fucking bread.
And then the chef chews it all up and spits it out onto a plate.
Pretty much, dude. Yeah. So I went to the wedding. The wedding was fucking beautiful. It really was. It was an amazing wedding. It was a lot of fun.
So the Galupis throw a good party.
Yeah, they throw a very good party. The food was delicious.
Were you spitting game at the bridesmaids?
No, they were. I think they were all married, except one was a lesbian. She had her girlfriend there. It might be married too. I don't know.
May I perchance talk you two into a three-way?
I don't. Come to think of it, I'm not sure there was a single girl at this entire fucking wedding. But it was a pretty big wedding. The groom not recently, but quit drinking and is a vegan now. Oof. So the menu was fucking delicious.
Wow, he found somebody to marry him, huh?
Yeah. Well, he stopped drinking because he's like a triathlon runner. So, and his wife is a former D1 athlete, like a long distance runner. So that's kind of something they do together.
So for the listeners at home, for their sake, not me, because I know what it means, but what's a D1 athlete?
It's a top tier college athlete. They usually are scholarships. They're on scholarships.
I wish we would have let Kevin, since he knew what it was, explain it to everyone.
Yeah, kind of like I do with the garbage plate. So she went to college for free because she killed it in sports in high school, and she played a sport or did a sport in college, which was, I don't think it was cross country running. I think it was long distance indoor running.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't quit drinking because he's a square. He quit it because he's the triathlete. He's active.
Yeah. It's there's no addiction there or anything like that. He just wants to fucking work out all the time. Like his bachelor party, I guess the groomsmen and my homie, his brother, they all partied, but like it was pretty much like an outdoor like workout retreat in Boulder, Colorado, where they worked out all day and then they would go out at night. He wouldn't drink, he'd hang out, but like that was like his thing. It's like, all right, we're gonna do these long ass hikes in the day.
Ugh.
At fucking altitude.
Man, I tell you what though, I got to start incorporating some of that shit into my life. I've been telling Carl, I was like, man, my shirts are starting to fit me like fucking sausage casings. Like,
so are mine.
I've got like a lot of my wardrobe is either a medium or large t-shirts, and I have to stick to the larges now. And
dude,
she was
I haven't worn a medium since like the second grade.
She was like, "Oh, come on, you're exaggerating." I'm like, "No, my shirts look painted on. It's weird." And when I was at her place this weekend, I just grabbed some shirts, threw it in the bag, and when I put one on, I was like, "Oh shit, it's a medium." And when I walked out into the living room, she started giggling. She was like, "Oh my god, yep, those shirts are getting tight." So I got it.
I wore. You guys may remember, I wore a Ghostface Killer shirt once that was red and had like the North Face logo. I put that on, and it like fucking is like, I look like I'm wearing a belly shirt, like my belly's hanging out of it. Like it's a combination of it shrunk and I grew.
Ghostface was starting to look like one of the clumps.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have been trying to find the motivation to get up and work out again, and I have not been able to find it.
Well, I don't really have that either, but so what I've been doing is I've been trying to I'm trying to get back on the whole diet thing, because there's been so much fucking delicious food. It's like not fair.
What I was going to say was I find I have a better time doing it if it's a competition with someone.
Are you proposing an MSPH weight loss off?
I am proposing an MSPH weight loss off.
Loser sucks the winner's dick, middle guy jacks off.
He's completely turned me off from this idea.
Why don't we do our own thing and keep Kevin out of it if that's the game he wants to play? He can.
I don't even want to know how much I weigh, dude. I haven't stepped on a scale in seriously 12 years. Like at my highest, I weighed 287 pounds. And that's like, that at that point I was like, oh my God, like, all right. And this is when I moved back from college and I lost 100 pounds in a year. I actually got down to 181. I lost 106 pounds a year.
Wow.
In a year.
I think my heaviest might have been 185. I think.
Fuck.
I think like either 175 or 185, but 175 sounds low, so I'm going to guess it was 185. So there was a point in time where you weighed less than me.
I mean, maybe, but I stepped on the scale every single day for a year, and I got down to 181. And I still looked like a lumpy piece of shit. I was like, you know what? Fuck the scale. Like, it really doesn't matter. I guess. Like, I guess.
Yeah, scale
like,
is bullshit. The most important scale is your eyeballs.
Right. I mean, I looked much better, like much better than I do currently, but I still was like, I was like chasing a number, and I was like, I want to lose 100 pounds, and I still like didn't achieve the physique that I wanted. So I was like, I guess it really doesn't matter. But so I guess what I'm saying is I don't really want to step on a scale, and I'm nervous to see how much of that weight I fucking gained back. It's gonna be very, very embarrassing.
Oh, I grossed myself out big time.
Oh,
It's been. Did you just weigh yourself, Shuddy?
I did.
Yikes!
And I'm hoping it's just because of all the clothes I have on currently.
It definitely is. And you walked down the rain for a few minutes before you.
This jersey better weigh 15 pounds.
It is a heavy. Football jerseys are heavy.
Oh man, Shuddy Boy actually is. He took his hat off and he took his jersey off. Oh, that didn't help. Hold on, let me take my AirPods out.
Let me take my shorts off.
All right, let me take a shit, piss, jerk off.
We need to do this.
What are you at, Shuddy?
I'm at 202. I haven't been up over. God. I haven't been over 200 pounds in. It's been 4 years at least.
I'm not saying you would want to, but is there the potential for you to be titty fucked right now?
Jesus Christ.
It's not that bad. I mean, we could probably make it work if we had to, but
I think you could titty fuck me right now.
So I think we need to do this.
All right, hold on. I'll go get my scale too. Let's see where I'm at.
I don't even have a scale. Thank God. Nor do I want one. Hopefully, Kevin's down to make this a competition with you guys.
I'm hoping that it's
or with
just
you.
The floor I'm on. We go in the other room and try it.
Oh, man, Shuddy Boy ran away too? He left you by yourself?
Shuddy went to the other room because he thinks that the floor he's doing it on could affect his weight. I'm not really sure how that works.
Hold on,
it's
not me. My floor is fat.
Well, because I just thought that maybe the floor wasn't quite level, but it is. It read exactly the same in the bathroom as it did here.
I weighed myself at Carl's over the weekend, and all I wanted was to still be under 170, and I barely cleared it. But then I proceeded to eat a bunch of candy and pig the fuck out that whole weekend, so this could be bad.
You guys are fucking small. Even Shuddy, 202. I would kill to be at that weight.
Oh! Wait, I think my floor is broken too, Shuddy.
Well, go try it in the kitchen. Try all the rooms.
Maybe it's the headphones. Hold on.
Try it outside.
Yeah, go out on the patio, on the balcony.
No! What? This
I'm not
can't
going
be
to
right.
fat shame you.
Fuck, man. I'm back up to 175.
All right.
I put on 5 pounds since the weekend?
I would kill to be that weight, dude.
Geoff, are you getting in on this?
Fuck no.
I don't look good at 175.
I don't want to weigh myself. That's the problem. Is there any way I can do it without getting in?
Well, we need to figure out. It's going to be percentage lost, not actual pounds. So we do need to know a starting weight for you, Jeffrey.
I don't even have a fucking scale.
I mean, this is I mean, your brothers don't?
No.
What about
I did this with
Bill's girlfriend? I almost said her name.
She might at her house, which I never go to.
And the gym absolutely has to have one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right, then I'll go to the next time I go to the gym. I'll weigh myself, and we can start then.
Can you have a weight by Monday?
Yeah.
When's the next time you're going to the gym?
I don't know. Friday or Saturday before Monday.
All right. Because I mean, Shuddy Boy and I could be a couple pounds lighter by then. Oh,
or we could be a couple pounds heavier if we do it the right way. That gives us until Monday to start. Yeah.
I think you should plump up by Monday. Yeah. Knowing that you're gonna be getting after it.
If we're doing percentage of body weight, you're at a disadvantage being under 200 pounds, Kevin. So you really need to bulk up in the next 5 days.
Yeah,
bulking season, buddy.
Yeah,
better get your ass out there to
but we should do it like, yeah, we should do this. Let's do it from now until the end of fall.
Dude, I went to Salt and Straw the other day, but probably contributing to my donkey tits and fucking spare tire, but their magic flavor of the month, one of their new magic flavors, is fucking potato salad.
Dude, Jenny's has like an everything bagel pint. God.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Rita's Italian Ice has peach ring, and that has directly contributed to my
delicious
to my weight gain. And every time I order a peach ring gelati, the girls are like, "Would you like the candies?" I was like, "Who says fucking no? Who orders the peach ring Italian Ice and doesn't want a compliment of peach rings to go with it?"
What? Who am I, Hitler? Yeah, put the candy. Give me candy.
And definitely going to the movies as much as I have, and eating Sour Patch Kids and nachos at every film.
Yeah, I had an adventure at the AMC this weekend that was sweets related that we'll get to. Do you have anything that closes out your trip?
Sorry, Geoff. We hijacked this with our.
I have some more actually.
Am I really
with us being fat asses?
Big?
What was I going to say though?
Fuck!
I had something to add to something you just said, Kevin, but whatever.
Ice cream? Potato salad ice cream? It was mustard flavored ice cream. That was the base of it.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
I wasn't able to get out to Friendly's when I was out there, but I did get out to Stewart's, which is, I think it's only like a gas station convenience store in upstate New York only.
No, Stewart's are all over the place. Well, is it like Stewart's root beer?
No, it's not. I think it's spelled the exact same, but it's not the same shit. And they do their own ice cream there, and their ice cream is fucking bomb. They have like a crumbs along the Mohawk, it's called, ice cream, which is graham cracker ice cream, chunks of graham cracker, and like caramel swirl. I'm telling you, like, they're fucking like half gallons of ice cream and shit that you can just roll up and get. I mean, it's as good as like a Jenny's. It's as good as like an Afters or Salt and Straw. Like, it's fucking bomb, dude. It's crazy.
Is it possible that all three of us could lose this weight loss thing?
I don't know. It's going to be tough for me to win, because that's the other thing I was thinking of. Like, tonight's MasterChef night, and I usually order takeout for MasterChef night, and football season's coming.
Well, you could get a salad takeout.
And Geoff, all you would have to do is increase your exercise, and you could keep eating the same and see some sort of results.
That's true.
Like, that's pretty much how I intend to do this. As of Monday, I've got, between now and Monday, I have about 6 cases of Baja Blast I need to go through, so it's not in the house.
Oh, my God.
Well, it doesn't go bad. So you can just save it for a while, right?
It's the control that's the self-control that's the issue.
You can allow yourself 1 spoonful of Mountain Dew a day.
So the wedding was beautiful. Food was great. Everyone looked great. It was so much fun. Everyone got fucked up. The only vegan thing there was the wedding cake, and it was actually bomb. I said that to the groom. I was like, I'm pissed off that this is a vegan cake, and I'm even more pissed off that I like it. It was fucking good.
Had you met him before, or was this your first encounter with it, with the groom? Okay.
No. Like I you know, like his family is like, I'm like part of their family. So he's been dating the bride and groom. I remember when they first got together when they were in the 10th grade. So they have been boyfriend and girlfriend for 15, 16 years before they got married.
And they're just getting married.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys after we stop recording, they spent a fuck ton on the wedding. So like, I think they always knew they were going to get married. Everyone knew they were going to get married. I think they just kind of wanted to make sure everything else is lined up, and they both got really good jobs, and like, I don't know. So they put a lot into the wedding. It was fucking sick. It came out well. But at the end, when we left at the end of the night, me and a couple of my buddies, obviously at the wedding, went to a strip club after, called this place called Night Moves, and like Albany
Night
Latham.
Moves.
And we were trying to figure out where to go. We're talking to the bartender at the wedding venue, and we were in this town called Averill Park, and we're like, where's the nearest like strip club? We're trying to see some titties or whatever. We're trying to go to a strip club. He's like, well, you could go to the one down the street here in Averill Park, but I wouldn't recommend that one. There's not a lot of talent there, and it's a rough spot. So why don't you go to Night Moves, which, you know, we grew up hearing about, but we've actually never been.
You can just picture Geoff like going around gas stations. Excuse me, sir. Where can I find an establishment to see some fat honkers?
We were at the wedding venue. It wasn't a fucking guy. It wasn't a random. It was the bartender at the fucking wedding. Anyways, he recommended us Night Moves, which we'd heard before, or heard of before. Obviously, it's been there fucking in Albany forever. So, and he was like, "Yeah, don't go to the one in Averill Park. Night Moves is much better." So as we're pulling up, or we pull up to Night Moves, we're walking up to the door, and someone just gets fucking launched through the front door.
Oh my God. It's like an 80s movie.
Yeah, dude. The fucking door just swings open, and some guy is off his feet, like flying through the air, like it was like Uncle Phil and like Jeffrey, DJ Jazzy Jeff. Threw his ass out of the fucking place. He's like, hey, don't come back in my.
Oh no. My internet is just terrible.
On the ground, like, what? And he can't. And he's like, oh, they're like, oh, sorry guys, come on in. And like they put on like a fucking happy face when they see us. And anyway, so I feel bad saying this, but there's no way his wife listens to this podcast. But Ryan went to it was one of the homies I went. My buddy Galuppi was one of the homies I went to the strip club. So he's like the squarest dude I know, like the squarest of all my friends. And I swear to God, I did not believe we were going to the strip club until he fucking paid the cover fee. So we get there, he pays the cover fee, and like we're in it, right? We're doing it. It's had to be one of the fucking dirtier, sketchier strip clubs I've ever been to. If this place was nicer than the other one, I couldn't imagine what the other one looked like.
Like what was like the girls were kind of just ratchety?
The girls are very ratchety. Clearly on, like, if they were on meth, that would be. There's probably a lot of crack, a lot of heroin. Like, there was fucking, like, it's just a rough clientele. It's like the center of the capital region, which would be Albany, Schenectady, Troy, none of which are good areas. None of which are safe areas, right?
I've driven through Troy many times, and Troy is like frozen in time from like a 60s movie, it looks like. I feel like no building in Troy has been built past like 1950.
Yeah, how have you driven through Troy? That's interesting.
Because it was on the way to Bing Boing school. So when I would drive like home and back to school, I had to go through Troy.
And Troy's definitely gotten worse and dirtier since you've been there. Like way worse, actually. It is a sketchy part of town, and like Albany, Schenectady, not much better. But
so is this one of those places where like you get a lap dance and you're like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, I think you left some chlamydia on my jeans.
Yeah, you also get crabs to go with your lap dance.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely prostitution available on the menu. There's a whatchamacallit, a not so secret menu that you could order from. I didn't even get a lap dance.
Can I get this lap dance animal style? Wink, wink.
Yeah, for real, dude. Whole grilled onions. But the reason why I brought up how my buddy had to like ditch dad duty is because the other friend, he was like, hey, you know, keep it on the low. We're not supposed to fucking be out here. I'm going to get grounded or I'm going to get in fucking serious trouble if the missus finds out we're here. So when we were there, our other friend bought fucking merch, bought a T-shirt, and was gonna wear it to his parents' house the next day, which he didn't end up doing, but would have been the funniest fucking thing
Oh
ever.
my god!
I was so pissed he didn't do it because it was such a good idea, and it was actually kind of a cool shirt. But the next day, I met up with my mom and her boyfriend before they ended up getting out of town. We just got breakfast, and I told them about the wedding and going to the strip club afterwards. And my mom and her boyfriend met in upstate New York, stayed connected. I don't know, I think through Facebook, and then, you know, when my parents split up, they ended up getting together. But he's, you know, he lived here for, I don't know, like 15, 20 years. So he's familiar with night moves. He's like, I got arrested on night moves once. It's like, oh, baby.
Yeah, I got thrown through the doors one time, saloon style.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I got arrested. I got arrested on night moves once myself. I was like, oh shit. Apparently him and his coworker were fucking smoking pot out back, and he was like, we're smoking pot, and then the fucking cops rolled up on us like it was a fucking sting operation. Like,
oh my God.
They came out like guns drawn and shit.
Just for weed?
Yeah. And I guess his buddy was like talking shit to the cops, like, you fucker serious? You don't have anything better to do right now? And he's all like, he's a black guy. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, cops love it when you say that to them.
Yeah, and like I think this guy was white, and my mom's boyfriend's black, and this guy's like talking shit to the cops, and like a black guy's just never gonna do that, right?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that Chappelle skit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. And one of the cops said, he's like, you know, we were gonna let you go, but your buddy started talking shit, so now you're both going to jail tonight. And he's like, I guess the cop said to my mom's boyfriend, but don't worry, you'll be out early enough to see the last dance at Night Moves. It's like, oh fuck, dude.
Oh goody.
Yeah. But that pretty much encapsulates my trip. By the next day, I just barbecued at my buddy's house all day. We ate some dinner, and I ended up getting fucking really sick the day after. Pretty much had a commission all of that Monday. I was outdoors like barbecuing with them. We're playing cornhole, drinking a little bit. I didn't even get drunk, but I slept in their basement, which was like a theater, like a fucking, they have like a big ass like 100 screen projector or 100-inch screen projector, but it was a fucking igloo down there. So I went from like mid 80s to like 50s, and I think like the drop in temperature is what got me sick. At least that's what I thought until I found out my whole family has COVID. It turns out that probably didn't have anything to do with me getting sick, but that was my hypothesis.
Oh yeah, that's right. You probably shouldn't go to the gym and weigh yourself then. Forgot about the whole COVID thing.
Shit. So did I.
Fuck that, dude. He'll be fine. There are a bunch of health freaks out there at the LA Fitness in Long Beach. He'll be all right. But yeah, it's kind of a sordid, windy story, but that pretty much covers my Saratoga trip. I don't know when I'll be home again. But
Well, it sounds like you did some damage, so you made it count.
it was a lot of fun. Oh man, if he wore that Night Move shirt, that would have been the funniest shit ever.
Man, so Shuddy and I both saw the same movie at the theatra since we last convened.
Yes.
And so you actually group texted us, Shuddy. So they started doing a promotion at AMC. They have like a limited edition new ICEE flavor, green, for the Ninja Turtles, and it's green apple flavored. So
with Pop Rocks in it.
You have to pay extra for the Pop Rocks, but it's an option. It's a topper. And I first saw the promotions for this when Carl and I went to see No Hard Feelings. So that's how long they've been amping this up. And I saw it and I was like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing in the world." So we're waiting in line. I order the popcorn. I get an ICEE. They hand me the cup. I go to the station, and it's just the regular ones. It's the fucking blue, red, and cola. And I go back. And I'm like, "Hey, where's the Ninja Turtle one?" And it's at this point that I realize I'm a 40-year-old man asking where the Ninja Turtle candies are, with a bit of a bitchy tone in my voice. I'm like, this is fucking embarrassing. And they're like, "Oh, we don't have it yet." And I was just like, well, then why do you have it all over the place like I can get it right now? There's no coming soon. Like, why get everybody's hopes up if I can't have it?
And why don't you have it for at least release day for the movie it's promoting?
Well, you ran into that same problem because you texted us being like, they don't have the fucking Ninja Turtle ICEE. And I was like, Shuddy boy, on behalf of humanity, go fucking Karen on them. How can they have signs advertising it, and you're there to see the Ninja Turtles movie, and they don't even carry the fucking ICEE? And you were like, well, I bought a soda cup, and I was going to steal it. It's like, all right, well, I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, I can't exactly be like, excuse me.
But I started thinking, because, like, okay, we all know how the craft luck goes. So if I'm like, hey, I'm going to fucking win Mega Millions this week, kind of shooting for the moon there. Boy, it would be cool if John Cooper won an Oscar. Nah, not in the cards. Not going to happen. But I don't think it's too much to ask fate to go see the Ninja Turtles movie and get the ICEE that they are advertising at AMC. So I asked Carl, I'm like, what are the odds? Do you think I will get my ICEE today? And she was like, no, you're not getting one. So we get there, and I see it. They had the slot for it. I see the green slime inside the container, and I'm just like, yeah! I'm like punching the air. I'm so fucking pumped. I was also very high. So, wait in line. I get my ICEE cup. I go over there, and it's blinking. There's like a red light that's blinking on it.
Not frozen.
And Carl's like, oh, shit. And right next to it, it says, if blinking, do not pour. But I can see through like the little glass cubby hole that there's green slush in there. So I was just like, nope, fuck this. And I just start filling it. And it gets about a third of the way full before it craps out. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm going around to all like the kids in AMC shirts. And I'm like, hey, what's up with your Ninja Turtle ICEE machine? And he's like, oh, yeah, the manager just said that it's resetting. So you give it like 10 minutes. And then it'll be good. So go into the theater. And so AMC, what I've learned, if your movie starts, our showing was 8:15. So if you have an 8:15 ticket to an AMC movie, the actual film is not going to start for what I've timed out to be 25 to 27 minutes.
I have it timed out at a half hour.
Yeah. As long as a half hour. It's long. You got to sit through so many previews. Then you have to sit through their bullshit propaganda like, buy our snacks. Then you have to sit through Nicole Kidman's stupid fucking thing, which I don't know why every time you go to AMC you have to sit through a commercial for AMC. Like, you're already fucking there. Like, put this on TV, not on the screen. But anyway, I digress. So I'm like, okay, I have time. So I wait 10 minutes, I go back out there, and some girl is like trying to use the ICEE thing, and it's not working. And I'm like, oh shit, you're trying to get the Ninja Turtle one too, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, they told me that it's like blinking and it's recharging, so it's still not working. She's like, fuck, no. And I turn around and there's more whippersnappers, and they have like this box on their shoulder. It's like, oh yeah, it's no longer resetting, it's just straight up out, so we have to reload it. And I was like, fuck me, motherfuck me. How long is this going to take? It's like, well, we got to wait for the manager to come down here with the key, but once that happens, it's about 5 minutes. And at this point, it's like, okay, that is cutting into the movie. So the movie starts, and I give it about 10, 15 minutes. And I'm really digging the movie, and I'm like, this kills me, but I can't let fate win. I came here with a plan, and it is going to happen. So I roll the dice, and I'm like, maybe this will be a scene where nothing happens. And I get up, and I go back out into the lobby, and I go up to the slushy machine, or ICEE machine, which no longer has a blinking red light, but there's a woman in front of it who has the grate lifted up, and she's holding a bucket and a tattered, like, soda cup, and she's scooping the liquid out of the liquid trap. And she was determined to get every last droplet out. I must have stood there for 5 minutes. And she finally...
How did you not lose your shit and say something?
Because I'm trying to not do that. But this pushed me to my limit.
Movie theater Karen.
I'm trying to not go Karen anymore. Because from what I've heard, the male version of a Karen is a Kevin. And...
Yeah, it is.
It's too on the nose. I don't want to be a Kevin. So I'm letting her do her fucking thing. She finally puts the bucket down. She puts the grate back on. She pushes the dispenser button for the Green Apple Ninja Turtle Green ICEE, and nothing happens. And she keeps tapping it, and nothing happens. And at this point, I was like, is it broken? And she's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but it's not working. And I was just like, fuck! And I'm like, wait a second. Is there any more ICEE machines? And she was like, yeah, there's one on the 3rd floor. And I was like, God damn it! I could have gone there to begin with. So I get in the elevator. Slowest elevator in the fucking world, by the way. Go up to the 3rd floor. And I get my ICEE. I got my fucking ICEE! I had to miss about 7 minutes of the movie.
How was it?
It was fucking divine. Now, mind you, Carl teases me mercilessly about my Peter Pan syndrome, my childlike ways. And like, I can't believe you're so pumped about a fucking ICEE. And I'm like, I haven't had an ICEE in decades. But there's a fucking Ninja Turtle movie out. And a Ninja Turtle themed flavor. You have to feed your inner child every once in a while, or else you will turn into a boring old fart. And I'm already there in age. I don't want to be there in mindset. It's you got to treat yourself. Every now and then, you got to let yourself enjoy things. And that was what I wanted. That was the recipe. And it was so fucking good that Carl kept tapping me and like grabbing it from me. Like, she basically drank half the ICEE herself. It was
after
so
I had gone through all of that,
good.
that would have been the end of our relationship.
It was fucking good though. And like 2 days later, she was still talking about it. She was like, they should make that a permanent flavor. I'm like, right? But anyway, ICEE saga over. Shuddy boy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Thoughts?
I fucking loved it.
Me too. Holy shit.
I loved it. It was so much fun. It was a little bit of a newer spin on canon, but it didn't veer too far to be like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, it felt like the perfect blending of like old school with the new school, but it had a lot of the elements that I like. Like I liked how kind of dark and dungy everything was. Like most of the movie takes place at night or in the sewers, and the animation style is really fucking cool. Like the way they even do the lighting and like a lot of the neon color schemes was fucking sick. Trent Reznor's score, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, like the score was fucking killer. Like I love those two scoring movies, and this one just had like a real 80s synthy, almost video gamey sound to it.
The entire soundtrack of the movie, between their score and the music that they used, was phenomenal.
Yeah, crushed. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I really did enjoy it and was very happy to see it. And all the characters were a lot of fun. Great voice acting from everybody and huge people.
Yeah. Like Paul Rudd, Ice Cube, Jackie Chan, Post Malone, Rose Byrne.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, Hannibal Buress. Yeah, they chose really good mutants. I mean, the most recognizable ones were Bebop and Rocksteady, but then they had like some deep cuts from the cartoon and the toys from when I was a kid.
That was the part that I, at first, was a little taken aback by, because some of those mutants I remember as a kid, and they were always good guys. And so to be aligned with the bad guy was, I was like, this is not right. But then, that all plays out and we figure out what's going on. But Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I wish Hannibal Buress talked more as Genghis Frog.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of lines.
I'll tell you who stole the show, who I laughed the hardest at, was Jackie Chan as Splinter.
Oh my God. He was fantastic.
Like there was one part where he was going over his backstory that happened that I won't ruin, but I was laughing. I was still laughing 2 scenes later at that one joke. Again, I was very high.
As was I.
Smoked before leaving the house, ate an edible, and then smoked a bowl in the car in the parking lot. And then ate another edible.
I didn't have that second edible, but I did do that whole... I did do everything up to that second edible, and then I just sat there in the movie shoving nachos in my mouth with one hand and Sour Patch Kids in my mouth with the other, and that is why I am now 202 pounds. Fuck.
Well, worth it. I don't know. That was like sitting through that movie was almost like a therapy session. Like I literally felt like a kid again. And when it ended, I was legit bummed. I was like, obviously they set up for the sequel, which if you're going to try and guess on where they're going to go in the sequel, odds are you are going to guess correctly. But when I saw that, I was like, fuck, how long am I going to have to wait? Because I would watch the sequel right now.
I did see that it got greenlit for a sequel and a Paramount Plus series.
Yeah, so apparently what they're going to do is, I mean, I don't know how long this is going to fucking take, but apparently they're doing 2 seasons of a show in between this movie and the sequel. Which, I don't know how the fuck they're going to pull that off, but they better start quick because they got, like, actual teenagers to voice the Ninja Turtles, and they sound young. They sound like kids. And those kids, like, their voice is going to change any day now. So the sequel and the show, I have a feeling it's going to be like, it's like Stranger Things kids. Like Donatello's going to be like, where's my bow staff? But man, fucking awesome. I loved it.
Dude, Paramount Plus rules.
Yeah, I might have to jump over to that because I just saw that Disney and Hulu are both raising their prices significantly. And fuck all that shit. If Paramount is still cheaper, I'm going to cancel those fucking things and just get Paramount.
Dude, Disney is like in kind of legitimate trouble for the first time in like fucking 40, 50 years.
Yeah, good thing they're paying their CEO like $80,000 a day to make all these stupid decisions.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Bob Iger he got like brought back into the fold somewhat recently. He's trying to clean up the mess that the guy who took over for him kind of created. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely paying that guy an arm and a leg. But my brother was saying, I think in their last quarterly earnings, I think their most recent one just came out today. I guess it would be their their third quarter.
Second quarter. No, we're in the third quarter right now.
Excuse me. Either way, I think they lost 143 in their previous quarterly earnings, lost 143 million dollars, and it was the best quarter that they've had in like a few years. Or maybe that was just the Disney Plus brand itself, but Disney Plus, I guess, is cracking down on password sharing, and they raised their prices like $13 a month.
And yeah, they already just raised their prices. They raised their prices already, and they're raising them again. And it's like,
yeah, they're pulling the Elon Musk.
I don't know what you fuckers are thinking, but like those Marvel shows have been very underwhelming, and like to the point where I'm not even fucking interested.
I haven't even watched Secret Invasion.
I'm 4 episodes in, but it feels like homework. It is very uneventful and just, I don't know, they just seem insignificant. Like these stories are meant to be told in movie form. I mean, Loki was awesome. I'll be bummed to miss Loki season 2, but like, give me a fucking break with all this price hiking shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like turning into cable.
Find a way to make money.
Like everybody cut cable because it's just too expensive and not worth it. I'm like, oh, we'll just stream. And then streaming's like, gotcha.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Disney can be part of the gotcha. Like, people really aren't fucking with Disney.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make some money somehow. I'm sorry, that's neither here nor there, but yeah. Paramount Plus kicks ass. They have Beavis and Butthead. New Beavis and Butthead episodes, which rule.
They're fucking amazing. They're so good. I'm surprised you don't have Paramount Plus for that, Kevin.
I did. I had, but it was like one of those like bargain deals, and once it expired, I was just like, too much streaming, can't afford it all.
So you haven't watched season 2 of Beavis and Butthead?
I haven't.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
But shit, all these other motherfuckers hiking their prices, and these guys having Beavis and Butthead and Ninja Turtles, they're swaying me.
Yeah. They got original South Park content. I think it's only $7 Paramount Plus.
And I mean, they have Tulsa King, so
and Paramount makes some pretty good fucking movies. So you get Paramount movies.
Yeah, I think it's got all the Mission Impossible, right?
Man,
and you can get on. You can start the Yellowstone watching. Get on that train.
Yeah, I don't know about Cowboys, man. Cowboys kind of bore me.
I didn't think I was going to enjoy it either because I wasn't a middle-aged woman, but it's really good. Kevin Costner. I really like Yellowstone. Yes, I really do. I have no interest in the subject matter in my real life, but it is fun to watch, and it's crazy to see Cole. I'm not gonna remember his name, but he was
Cole Slaw.
Yeah, Cole Hauser. That's him, which you guys all know who he is, but he doesn't look anything like he normally does. So it took some getting used to.
Well, before we get too far away, Shuddy Boy, how many Ninja Turtle dicks are you sucking? Actually, no. Suck Splinter's dick. He's old.
4.5.
Yeah, I'm currently at a 4.25, but I have a feeling that's going to jump up the next time I see it. I mean, I did miss 7 minutes of it, and I also was profusely high.
I watched another film in preparation. I'm going to have to go see the sequel this weekend.
The Meg?
Yeah. When that movie came out, I had no interest in it. But because I've been going to the movies so much recently, and we kept seeing the trailer, and the trailer for The Meg 2 looks fucking ridiculous and a lot of fun, so Draven and I watched The Meg.
What'd you think?
It was a lot of fun. Wacky as shit. preposterous from start to finish, and just a lot of fun. And I'm eager to see the Meg 2.
Yeah, I would temper your expectations because I heard it's not all that great. But
really, it's not
really.
I mean, also you got to get a better title. I know it's a megalodon, but like the Meg, I just picture like a diner waitress attacking people or something. The Meg, come on,
Meg from Family Guy. Like this is a Family Guy bit. Like, the Meg is coming.
The Meg, come on. You can do better.
Remember when Chris Farley used to be like that fat, or maybe it was like a one-time skip, but he used to be like a fat chick. I feel like that's what I think of when I think of the Meg.
How many shark dicks are you going to suck? How many Meg dicks?
3.25 Meg dicks.
I mean, that's a tepid dick sucking right there.
I mean, the first part of the movie kind of drags, and then once they bring back Jason Statham from his alcohol bender because he doesn't want to dive anymore, then things start to ramp up, and then it gets
fair
fun.
Enough.
But the beginning part of the movie is kind of a snooze, and I wasn't paying attention to most of it. And then when the action ramped up, I got into it.
I will say in closing, I did finish Twisted Metal on the comic.
As did I. Did I.
Strong fucking finish.
Strong.
I really hope. I saw some statistic today that Twisted Metal it broke the streaming record for a new comedy on Peacock. So I'm hoping that's good enough for it to get a second season, because it feels like the second season will be basically what the video game is. But it was fucking cool. They teased some cool stuff. It's weird seeing it done in such a campy, gimmicky, like tongue-in-cheek style of humor. But I don't know. It was entertaining, and I flew through it. So thumbs up on Twisted Metal. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep almost like barfing in my mouth. Oh. All right, well, have we come to the end again, my friends?
Well, I just want to say, Sharon and I went to training camp for the Eagles on Sunday. And
yeah.
I am hyped for this season. Let me tell you, those boys look good.
You should see their asses.
That becomes a button, because we're going to win the NFC East again this year.
Which side of the ball looks better?
I mean,
like, how do you know they look good? That's what like freaks me out about watching practice. Because like if the offense is lighting up the defense, it's like, well, is our offense really, really good, or is our defense suck? Or or vice versa, you know what I mean? There
wasn't a lot of like Jalen Hurts. I mean, there's not like Patrick Mahomes. There's not a lot of defenses that are going to be able to keep him completely under control. Hopefully,
sure.
And even Marcus Mariota even looked really good, which was shocking to me. It was nice to see him finally in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform, about 8 years too late. But
it's a good backup.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really excited. There was a lot of hype. 51,000 people showed up for practice.
Yeah, it's got to blow Kevin's brain, even though he wasn't even listening.
No, I heard 51,000 people went and saw the Eagles play the Eagles.
Yep.
I mean,
the only complaint I have was there was 12 minutes of special teams we had to watch.
All right, don't get us canceled, Shuddy. Punting
and kickoffs, Kevin. It was all just punting. Punting.
It wasn't bing boing teams.
Yeah.
I will say it was very fun to watch my high school teams play sports. But okay, as somebody who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, going to watch the Eagles practice with each other and then walking away being like, "Oh, the boys look good." Wouldn't the best gauge of how well they're going to perform if it was just a fucking stonewalled stalemate. Like, nobody can do anything to anybody because their offense is so good, but it meets their impenetrable defense, so just nothing happens.
That's pretty much what I just asked.
Well, I mean, so this wasn't a full
I did tune that part out.
This wasn't a full contact practice, so they weren't hitting. So there's some stuff that happened that for the offense that probably wouldn't have happened at game speed.
All right.
Because, like, Jalen Hurts got away a couple of times, I think, because the defense wasn't charging at him at full speed or got as many yards. So
fair enough.
I'm chalking up to some of the things that the offense did. Like, there were things that were noticeably good. Like, he put the ball where only receivers could get it. And that's what I mean by they looked good. The coverage was good, but he put the ball exactly where it needed to be. I don't know.
Right in his butt.
What the fuck do I know about it? I'm just looking at it, with my rose-colored glasses, but it was so much fun. And we went to Pat's King of Steaks after the OG.
So that's a hell of a silly day right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Link and then Pat's. It was an excellent Sunday evening.
Then I stayed at a Wawa, slept in the bathroom there.
Wawas are not a big deal for me. I have
sheets
2 within 5 minutes of my house.
Man, those fucking sweet cream filled hot pretzels though. Woo!
Those
Wawa.
All of the pretzels that Wawa has, the cream cheese filled ones, the jalapeno cheese filled ones, and the regular cheddar cheese filled ones are.
I mean, those MPO subs,
amazing.
They definitely tingle my grundle.
I'm gonna say something that might set some people off, but I better.
I don't know what just happened.
Hear that.
Yeah, your mic like censored you. You must have had a real hot take.
No, I kicked a cord. I said that I prefer Sheetz MTO.
I can't hate that.
Because Sheetz has something that Wawa doesn't have and will never have, and that is fried foods.
Oh, interesting. All right, well,
so
Shuddy, I could talk regional Pennsylvania gas station convenience stores with you all day, but we should hop on over to Patreon land.
Yes, we should.
And for anybody who has not made the trip over there, you should really consider it. It's a pretty impressive media empire. Yeah. I can say that with no shame in my heart. There is an endless fountain of content there waiting for you. We're probably getting close to, I think, 6 years worth of stuff. And it's once you bust through that membrane of paywall, it is all at your fingertips. So check it out, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And it also helps support your homies who have been, working our asses off for well over a decade now.
Whew, I hate when you put it like that.
Yeah, that makes my grundle sad. I have a very sad grundle thinking about it. But
we're at the age where we continue to do things and we can say decades or 20 years.
It's awful. I hate it. But the only other option is dying, and I'm not really ready to do that, so I guess I'll just be old. I could have had a more cheerful way of saying that, but you get what I'm saying. The Patreon content is better than I am selling it right now. So check it out. There's basically 2 tiers, $5 tier, $10 tier. Get a whole bunch of stuff. Try it out. And if you'd like to see us on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. And if you haven't followed that last one yet, please do.
Do it.
Getting close to a milestone. If I can get 1,500 followers, that'll make the movie look a lot cooler once it's time to find a buyer. So if you wouldn't mind, please and thank you. Means so much. Means so much.
Is there any word on the strike?
No. Nope. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's a fun, ever-present source of anxiety to deal with. But I'm holding the faith. I think something will happen. You can also check out Geoff's sports betting podcast, Outkick Bets with Geoff Clark. He has all the lines on the Eagles practicing with each other.
Yeah, we're recording NFL divisional previews, doing the AFC North, the NFC North tomorrow. Already got the AFC and NFC West on the feed, so check that out. Football season's right around the corner. If you can leave me a nice review, that'd be sick as well.
Do you bet preseason?
No. I did the Hall of Fame game mostly for content purposes, but wasn't a very big bet. I try not to bet or watch preseason anything for sports because I just feel like it clouds your judgment and is pretty much useless.
Oh, and you can't even on DraftKings, you can't even bet preseason, it looks like.
All right.
You might be able to. You got to find the preseason tab. I thought so as well. Just click around. You'll find the preseason tab.
Oh, NFL preseason tab. There it is. You were right, Geoff. You were right.
Outkick Bets with Geoff Clark.
All right, friends. Thank you so much for listening. But until next time, something.